सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We have completed Sloka number 22nd in chapter 13, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam. So we will take up Sloka number 23. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti cha pyukto dehesmin purusha paraha. Asmin dehe stitaha api. Having resided in this very body, mind, sense complex, Purushaha paraha eva. That very residing Atma in reality is Paramatma. This is a Mahavakyam. Upadrashtacha. He is the only witnessing consciousness. Because he witnesses everything, is called Upadrashta. Anumanta. He is the person who accords everything, who permits everything. Bharta. Because he is the real sustainer. He is the real person who is the cause for the jiva, because he lends the existence and he sustains the liveliness in the jiva. He is Bharta. Bhokta. In jiva Swarupa, he enjoys everything. So he is called Bhokta. In a Veshti level, he is Bhokta. Maheshwaraha cha. Because he is the Lord of Lord. Even for Brahma is the Lord. So he is called Maheshwaraha. Mahaishwara, Lord of Lords. Paramatma. He is the Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. Iti Uktaha. This is how it is said here in the Shastra. Paramatma is explaining all this. Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta cha, Bhokta, Maheshwaraha api, cha, Paramatma iti Uktaha, Parah Purushaha, Asmin dehe asti. So whoever is residing within this body, mind, sense complex, he is the Paramatma. He is the ultimate God. And he is the witnessing consciousness. Therefore, he is also called Upadrashta. Because he accords permission, and because of him, we get this sentiency. This Jada Swarupa, Jada body sense complex, the insentient body sense complex gets the sentiency. So we call him Anumanta. He permits the body, mind, sense complex to become sentient. Bharta. And he is the person who nourishes us. Bhokta cha. As jiva, he is the enjoyer and he is the bhokta. Because he is the Lord of the entire Vishwam, he is called Maheshwaraha. And he is the Suddha Chaitanyam, Sat Chit Anandam, therefore Paramatma. So, Bhagavan is training us. In what sense? He wants us to get away from body, mind, sense complex, get ourselves gel with Purusha. He wants us to go away from Maya and gel with Purusha. We have to go away from Prakriti and attach towards Purusha. That is the idea. So in this context, in these lines, Paramatma is explaining this particular sloka. Asmin dehe Purushaha. I am very much residing in this very body. What type of Purusha I am? Nirguna, Nirvikara, Satya, Chaitana Swarupaha Hamasmi. I don't have any attributes. I am not subject to modifications. I am the very existence absolute. I am the consciousness principle. Asmin Dehe. So such a Paramatma is very much in this body. How he is residing in this body, just as the Akasha in all the vastus, in all the bodies, Paramatma is also in this body. So Paramatma is not doing any work, he is not Karta, he is not Bhokta. So he is in the form of witnessing consciousness. Who is that witnessing consciousness? Myself. In my reality, I am the witnessing consciousness. This very Purusha is different from Prakriti and its attributes. So, the different Swabhavas we have seen. Now, Paramatma is explaining further. Paraha. Paraha means is not only in this body mind sense complex, is also outside. So this all-pervasive consciousness we have to understand in 3 stages. We can take a best example of Akasha, the space. Akasha, the space, is very much there in this room. We all experience that. Because space is there, we are able to move. No doubt in that. Then, is that space only within this room or outside? It is also outside. Outside also space is there. That's why we are able to move outside also. In fact, it is not only in this room, all the rooms are within Akasha, within the space. Why rooms? The entire Jagat, the entire universe is within this space. So this is the stage. First stage, space is within the room. Second stage, space is outside the room. Third stage, in fact, the rooms are within the space. So this we can apply to consciousness principle. Consciousness is within the body. Consciousness is not only within the body but also outside the body. Then, in fact, the consciousness is in all bodies. Upadrashta. Upadrashta means this very consciousness is residing in your body as witnessing consciousness. So, in its very presence, everything is happening. Just as sun, in the presence of sun, all transactions are happening. Sun by itself is not illumining the earth. Whatever is on the way of the sunlight, it is illumined. So it is not that sun is doing that, because it is in the very presence of sunlight, earth is illumined. So the role of sun is Sakshi. His very presence is making all the illumination. So that is why Paramatma used the word Upadrashta. We usually give this example of hand and light. So, because of the light, we are able to see the hand. That doesn't mean hand is illumining the light. Because it is in the presence of light, whatever is in the contour of light, whatever is happening in the boundaries of light, all those things are illumined. It is not that light specially, illumined and did some work. So, it is Sakshi. Anumanta. Anumanta means it is the thing which gives sentiency to Jadavastus, all insentient things. Because of the very blessing of the Chaitanya Tattvam, the body mind sense complex became sentient. It borrowed sentiency from consciousness. Fan is moving because of electricity. But electricity doesn't do anything. The very presence itself is enough. So, all the different parts of the body, they do their own work because of Chaitanya. They are able to perform well. They are able to do the sentient activity because of the blessings of Chaitanya Tattva. Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha kenah prana pradama praiti yuktaha keneshitam vacham badanti chakshusrotram kavadevo yunatti shrotrasya srotram manaso manoyat vachoha vacham sau pranasya pranaha. Mind, prana, vak, eye and ears. How are they working? How are they functioning? Because of the Atma Tattva. If you look at the ear, how ear works, Atma is different from ear. But Atma pervades the entire ear. Because of the very presence of Atma, the ear functions as ear. We are able to hear because of the very presence of Atma. So this is what we understand by the word Anumanta, not Hanumanta. Anumanta. Bharta. Bharta means, if you take literally, the word Bharta means husband, one who bears, Sthitikarta. So, Purushaha is the existence principle. Prakriti is Vidya. Therefore, Purusha is the reason for Prakriti's existence. Purusha lends the existence to Prakriti. That's why Prakriti is able to sustain. So, Purusha is the Bharta. Bhokta. Sakshi Chaitanyam, which is within the body-mind sense complex, it will not be bhokta. It is unattached to body-mind sense complex. But because of its presence, the jiva enjoys all the transactional experiences. He is subjected to sukham, he is subjected to dukkham, he is subjected to anger, various things he undergoes because of the very presence of Atma Tattva. That is why jiva at a lower level, at a vyavahara level, he is referred to bhokta, the enjoyer. Maheshwara, Maheshwaraha. Maheshwaraha means independent. Jnani knows that Sakshi Chaitanya Tattvam has independent existence. Only the body will have sangatvam, attachment, because it is Prakruti. So, on body, you have the influence of another vastu. Guna guneshu vartante. The entire world is material tattvam. The body is also material tattvam, padartha tattvam. Therefore, the body-mind sense complex is influenced by the world. Nobody can stop it. During summer, we all sweat. During winter, we shiver with extreme cold. It is very chilly. If somebody is in trouble, somebody is in pain, somebody is in a sorrow mode, immediately we also feel bad. So this kind of influencing happens only to the Jada Vastu because it is Prakruti Tattva, whereas Purusha doesn't change. Purusha has no attributes. So for Purusha, there is no ragam, there is no dvesham, there is no anger, like that. Paramatma iti uktaha. So the attributeless jiva is called Paramatma. If the jiva has attributes, then it is simply jiva. So jivatma is equal to Paramatma. When you remove all the attributes, jivatma becomes Paramatma. This is Mahavakyam. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Kshetra kshetrajnayo jnanam yad jnanam matam mama. This is what we already explained in sloka number 3 in chapter 13. So we will proceed to sloka number 24. Ye evam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunais saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasabhuyo bhijayate. Evam purusham cha gunaihi saha prakritim yaha vetti saha sarvatha vartamanaha api bhuyaha na abhijayate. Ye evam purusham gunaihi saha prakrutim cha vetti saha sarvatha vartamanaha api bhuyaha na abhijayate. This way, whoever understands Purusha with Trigunatmika Prakruti in its reality, he will be free from all karmas. Though he is doing kartavya karmas, that is all vihita karmas, though he is performing, he is free from all the karmas. So with this sloka, Paramatma is completing the portion called Prakruti and Purusha. Here, he is emphasizing the advantage of Aikya Jnanam, knowing that Jivatma is Paramatma. If you stay in that Nishtha, what is the advantage? Purusha Prakruti Viveka Jnanena Mokshaha. If you know about Purusha and Prakruti, that very wisdom will give you moksha. Prakruti and Purusha, if you know clearly, then whoever understands this Purusha properly, he is relieved from samsara chakra. So far now, people think it is very burdensome life. Life is full of misery. full of atruptikaratvam, dukkha misritatvam, and bandhakatvam. So he is always in tenterhooks, always in anxiety, and lot of pressure. Now, having come to know that he doesn't have anything like this, he is totally free from all the materialistic things, all the tension, all the pain, all the pleasure belongs to Prakriti, not Purusha. Whereas I am Purusha, I am Nirguna Brahma, I don't have any attributes of Prakriti. Once he understands and once he digests this kind of reality and stays in that nishtha, he is relieved. He is Jivan Mukta. He gets moksha here and now. Ye evam vetti. So whoever understands this jnana, then he enjoys that Jivan Mukti. Take the example of hand and light. First, people say that hand alone is there, then they slowly recognize the light, and because of the light, we are able to see the hand, and we cannot separate light. In the presence of light, we have to do the analysis. If you look at this, the first step is I am the body, mind, sense complex. This is the first stage. Second stage is I am Atma plus body, mind, sense complex, which is Anatma. That means I am a mixture of Atma and Anatma. The third stage, Atma is Satyam, Anatma is Vidya. Therefore, I am Atma. Initially, we get attached to the body, mind, sense complex. And we are so much immersed in the Prakriti. And we get to know the two important terms, Prakriti and Purusha. Purusha means Nirguna, Nirvikara, Satya, Chetana Tattvam. It doesn't have Gunais Saha. Jiva has got a lot of attributes. Sometimes we say we are lean, fat, and baldy, and curly hair, old age, young. All these properties belong to body, mind, sense complex. They belong to gross body in particular. Whereas Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, these emotions belong to the subtle body. But all said and done, they are all Prakriti. This distinction we do not know before Atma Jnana. Once you understand Atma Jnanam, once you are exposed to Atma Jnanam, you understand these attributes belong to Prakriti. I am not Prakriti. I am Purusha. So once you know that, you get tremendous relief. Because you are Purusha, you are not Prakriti. You don't have Ragam, you don't have Dvesham, you don't have fatness, you don't have leanness, anything like that. All these attributes belong to Prakriti, and you are different from Prakriti. You are Atma, not Anatma. So it's a great relief. Then immediately one question pops up. People say you have to lose weight. So you walk or you do yoga. Like that, people suggest. Should we stop all this? Should we not, do yoga or, walking and all that after learning the knowledge? Because I am Atma. This is not the message to be carried home. At a lower level, at a Vyavahara level, as long as you are alive and kicking, You have to maintain your body. Just as you maintain your vehicle, this is a vehicle, so you have to maintain your vehicle. So this doesn't mean that you are not away from Atma. In spite of your attention to the body, you always think that I am Atma. You are not obsessed with the body. You only maintain the body. Name dvesha ragau, name lobha moho, madho naiva me naiva matsarya bhavaha, na dharmo na chardho na kamo na mokshaha, chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I don't have raga or dvesha, lobha and moha, madan matsarya. I am that Sachidananda Paramatma. I am that Purusha. I don't have date of birth. I don't have address, in fact. But in Vyavahara, in the day-to-day life, I have all this. That's why when I have to fill a form, I will have to necessarily write the date of birth. I cannot say I am birthless. I don't write I am all-pervading in the place of address. So when Vyavahara comes, you have to come down to Vyavahara and deal with the transactions. But in the back of your mind, you should know that you are not Anatma. Supposing a person acts as a beggar, so that action is over. He did not continue that beggarship. He can take his own dress and behave normally. Once the action is over. Mano buddhyahankara chitta ninaham nacha srotra jihve nacha grana netre. So this way, the entire life is a stage. Whether we like it or we don't like it, we are all doing a role play. We are all performing a role play. Once we come to this earth, immediately this kind of attachment will be there. We have parents, we have children, we have brothers, sisters. So many attachments are there. And so many relations, so many celebrations. You play your role. Don't be carried away by the role. Just as the person who played the role of a beggar leaves the role in the green room, when you are alone, when you have free time, you just leave all the roles and stay with Atma. That's not a role again. That's your real Swarupa. That is your reality. That is not a role play. All other things except Atma are all role plays. Sarvatha Vartamanopi. Even though you are taking up a role, you can still be in connection with Atma. As a brahmachari, you can continue, or as a gruhastu, or as a sannyasi. You can do whatever the role play you are performing, but you be connected with Atma. Saha bhuyaha na abhijayate. If you are always connected with Atma, what is the advantage? Kim prayojanam? Saha bhuyaha na abhijayate. So, for such a jnani, there is no punarjanma. So, how you are so cocksure about janmarahityam? Because you start realizing, you start reaping the profits here and now. you enjoy the Jivan Mukti here and now. Then the Videha Mukti is an automatic consequence. Birth means Sthola Sushma Sarira Samyogaha. Death means Sthola Sushma Sarira Vyogaha. So the very understanding of your own reality is the liberation. If you understand the Atma Tattvam and Anatma Tattvam, and if you realize that you are Atma, and if you stay in that Nishta, then you got the moksha, you got the Jivan Mukti, and at the fall of the body, you get Videha Mukti. This Mukta Purushatvam, is it there immediately after the Jnanam, or was it there earlier also? It was there earlier also. Now also you are a Mukta Purusha because you have not realized. You impose the limitations onto you and you behave as though you are a samsari even though you are a Mukta Purusha. With this, Krishna Paramatma completed all the 6 topics, namely Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Jneyam, Prakriti and Purusha. Hereafter, Paramatma is going to explain Jnana Sadhanas and Jnana Phalam, which are not asked by Arjuna, but this is the greatness of Jagat Guru. Krishna Paramatma did not leave with the definitions of these 6 things, though it is not asked. He wanted Arjuna to know how he can achieve jnana and what is the advantage. So, sloka number 25. Jnanenatmani pasyanti kechidatmanam anye sankhena yogena karma yogena cha pare. Atmanam, that very Sachidananda Paramatma, Kechit, some wise people, Atmana, with their pure mind, Dhyanena, by Dhyana, Atmani, in the very heart, Pashyanti, they visualize him. Anye, some other people, Sankhyena, they realize Paramatma through Atmajnanam. Yogena cha, through Yoga Darshana. Apare and some other, Karma Yogena Pashyanti. By Karma Yoga, they understand the God. Kechid dhyanena atmana atmani atmanam pashyanti. The Sachidananda Paramatma, some people, they realize Paramatma within the heart. Some other through Jnana Yoga and some other through Karma Yoga. So, here Paramatma is giving Jnana Sadhanas. This is starting from 25th to 35. So what are the requisites for Jnanam? This is what Paramatma is going to discuss. Atmani Atmana Atmanam Pashyanti. So Atmani means within the heart. The all-pervading Atma is also within my heart. So to know Atma, I need not run around. I can also see it within my heart. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This is what Taittiriya Upanishad pronounces. Atmanam Pasyanti. Atmanam Pasyanti means that very Sachidananda Paramatma. So, first Atma is the Atma which is in the heart. Now, Atmanam means the Sachidananda Paramatma. So, the sadhaka must visualize the Sachidananda Paramatma within the heart cave. By what pramanam can he visualize God? Atmana, through intellect. Any knowledge you can acquire only through intellect. So through intellect you have to visualize God within the heart cave. So here the word Atma is repeated 3 times with different vibhaktis. Atmani, Atmanam, Atmana Pashyanti. This is the usage used here. Atmani means Saptami Vibhakti, within. Within the, here Atma means heart. Atma has got many meanings. One meaning is heart. Atmani, within the akasha of heart, Hridaya Akasha. Atmanam. Atmanam means Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is about the Sachidananda Paramatma. Atmana. Atmana means Tritiya Vibhakti, by intellect. So if you join all the 3, Atmani, Atmanam, Atmana Vindati. If you join all the 3, we understand we can visualize Sachidananda Paramatma within the heart cave by intellect, by analysis, supported by Guru and Shastra. Shastra Acharya Samskrita Antakaranena. This is the class given by Shankara Bhagavad-pada. It is not by independent meditation or independent study. Only you have to take the resort of Shastra and also Acharya. Then and then only you will get this. Then some people, they realize God through Karma Yoga. It is said that these are all stages. They are not independent. You have to understand. Separately they will learn through Karma Yoga. Not like that. These are all stages. You have to join one after the other. Then only you will get the right meaning. Through Karma Yoga, what happens? You can cleanse the mind. That means the mind has got so many impurities like Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madha, Matsarya. So all these impurities are removed. Chitta Suddhi we can get. And Chitta Vaisalyata we can achieve. Then Upasana Yoga. Upasana means Saguna Ishvara Dhyanam. By doing this Upasana, we can avoid Vitshepam. Vitshepa Nivrutti can happen. Vitshepa Nivrutti means the mind goes haywire here and there. There is no concentration. Whereas by doing successful meditation, we can have that one-pointed concentration. We can make the mind internal. So this is Chitta Ekagrata. Samadhanam is the word given by Patanjali. Then the third stage is Sravanam. You have to listen to Shastra consistently for a long period of time under the able and competent Guru. Mananam. Mananam means you have to churn the knowledge and relive the knowledge you have imbibed through Guru. This helps you for samsaya nivrutti. Shravanam gives you ajnana nivrutti Mananam gives you samsaya nivritti. You will get nissamsaya jnanam, doubtless knowledge. Then comes nididhyasanam, contemplation. By contemplation, we can avoid viparita bhavana. Though Mananam gives nissamsaya jnanam, a doubtless knowledge, you have habitual formation. Janmas after janmas, you are nourishing the idea that you are body, mind, sense complex. Though you know thoroughly well you are not the body, mind, sense complex, on the contrary, you are Atma, that Sachidananda Paramatma. Though you know it perfectly well and you don't have any doubt, but because of this habitual formation, because of this Viparita Bhavana, you do not get separated from an Atma in your mental plane. So you need to do Nididhyasana. So if you look at this closely, all the 5 stages are required, mind you. Then only you can get Jivan Mukti. It is not independent. Each practice is not independent. Each practice will not give moksha separately. When you do all the 5 in a sequential order, then only you are entitled for Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Karmena malavritti. Mala means impurities in the mind. By doing Karma Yoga, you can remove all impurities and achieve Chitta Suddhi. Upasanena Vikshepa Nivritti. By doing meditation on Saguna Ishvara, you can get Vikshepa Nivritti. Vikshepa means the mind wavers. Mind will not concentrate on a particular thing. So you get one-pointed concentration by doing meditation. This upasana will help you concentrate, help you focus on Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara. So this is Upasana Yogam. So after Upasana Yogam, we have what is called Sravanena, Ajnana Nivritti. By exposing yourself to Sravanam under a competent Srotriya Brahmanishta Guru consistently for a long time, you get a perfect knowledge which is free from ignorance. You understand that you are no more a tiny jiva, a limited jiva. You are a Purna Purusha. That is what you are going to understand. You don't have any kind of pain, any kind of sorrow, because you are Ananda Swarupaha, because your reality is Anandam. So with this long Sravanam, you can be free from Ajnanam. Ajnana Nivritti is the phalam for this. Then the 5th one is Mananena Samsaya Nivritti. By doing Mananam, you can be free from all doubts. You can establish doubtless knowledge. This is the greatest advantage. Then Nididhyasanena Vasana Nivritti. By Nididhyasanam, you get Vasana Nivritti. So this is what we have. Vasana Nivritti means all your karma kshayam will take place and you get Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Karma Yogena Chapare Pashyanti. For some people, Karma Yogam is the starting point. So they have to do all the 5 stages. Starting with Karma Yoga, they have to proceed to Upasana Yoga, and then Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. All the 5 stages they have to perform, and then they get the moksha. Anye Sankhena Yogena. For some people, they start with the 3rd and 4th stage. because they must have done the homework in the previous Janma. They must have done Karma Yogam and Upasana Yogam in the previous Janma. So they can start with Mananam and Nididhyasana. So this is the thing. So you are connected with whatever you are left in the previous Janma. This is what Krishna Paramatma mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labate paurvadehikam. So they get connected with the knowledge, with the samskaras they had in the previous Janma. So they need not start with again Karma Yoga. It is like this, no? Some people, they are in the transferable jobs. So they get transferred from one place to another. And imagine their son is studying some 5th class and he is transferred to some other place. In that new place, they have to join this boy. When they join this boy, they don't put him in 1st class. They will directly put him in the 6th class because he passed 5th class in the previous place. That continuity will be there. In the same way, when you take up a Janma, whatever be the samskaras you had in the previous Janma, they are all carried. So you need not do from step 1. So this is the advantage. Dhyanena atmani pashyanti. Here dhyana means nididhyasana. So by doing nididhyasanam, you can visualize your own real nature. You can stay in the nishta of Atma. Aham Atma Gudakesa. I am Atma Brahma. Aham Brahma Asmi. So with this kind of thought, he can continue and he can stay in that nishta. And this is the greatest advantage of Nididhyasana. So we have completed all the 6 topics and we have entered a new topic which is called Jnana Sadhana and Jnana Phalani. So with this, we will conclude today. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om